Right, now let's look back at a busy weekend of boxing, of course, in the company of the former 2-weight champion of the world, our mate Carl Frampton. Hello, Carl.
How you doing, guys?
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Do you like Christmas, Carl?
Love it. Love it.
Do you?
Love
Have you done all your shopping? You ready to go?
Well, she does all that. I just have to look after her, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
All
nice.
right. How many people come around the Framptons for Christmas Day?
well, just me and the kids, but Christine, my wife, Christine, her mum's coming round. So, and then that's the eating people. Everybody else will be around for a few drinks later on. So, I don't know, maybe
Nice.
15.
Do you do you like the mother-in-law, Christine? Do you get on with her?
Yeah, nah, she's all right. She's good crack.
Okay, just cough if that's a lie. Okay, bye. What do you want for Christmas, Carl Frampton, before we talk boxing? What would you like? You come down and Father Christmas has left you the perfect present. What would that be, Carl?
Oh, do you know what I need? A new, bag, to carry suits in.
Oh, yeah.
Suit carrier.
Yeah, a suit carrier, yeah. I need one of them.
What are those suit carrier bags called?
Yeah.
Suit carrier, that's the one, yeah. Right, listen, let's look back at the fight of the weekend. Were you there? You were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
When did you fly back? When did you land?
Yesterday at about, I was back in the house at 6 p.m. yesterday.
Okay.
So I literally left the fight, went to the airport.
Okay, I've got a question for you before we talk about the fight. I watched it. In the first round, it sounded like at home the atmosphere was unbelievable, which I'm a little bit sceptical about. In the first round, all of a sudden from nowhere, in perfect time, was chance for Tyson. And then about 2 rounds later, again, absolutely perfect, with chance for Usyk. And I thought, I don't know if that's real. What was the atmosphere like in there?
Well, the atmosphere was decent. It was better. It was better than it has been. I'm not sure if there was some sort of special effect on that now, but it was the atmosphere is getting better each time. There's more Brits and Ukrainians coming over now as well to the fight, so yeah, the atmosphere was good.
Carl, I've got to ask you about the fight then. I thought the right man won. There's been a lot of kind of people speaking about, I've heard robbery being used, the word used, and I think that's ridiculous. But how did you see the fight, and were you impressed with Usyk's performance?
Well, yeah, first of all, very impressed with Usyk's performance, as I always am. I think he's an unbelievable fighter, and I was going to say a generational great, but he's one of the greatest of all time, I think, really, in terms of what he's done. But I scored a draw, actually, on the night. I think Simon Jordan, I was listening to their show this morning, he scored the draw as well. It was very close. Robbery is the wrong word to use, I would think. I think the scorecards were a bit too wide, and I think that's what people are annoyed about. But I scored a draw, but without contradicting myself here, if there was anyone going to win the fight, it was probably Usyk.
Yeah.
But I thought because it was so close, Fury would have got it and then would have seen the third one.
I was always under the impression that if you're gonna win a fight, you got to go win it. And I just don't think Tyson Fury did anything in that fight that made me think he's won this fight. It wasn't a great performance from him, was it?
It was better than the last one,
Yeah.
but it wasn't brilliant. I think he could have been more aggressive in the fight. I was disappointed with the size of him and the weight that he came in at.
Yeah, me too.
It looked ridiculous, to be honest, but I think because he was so heavy, it's harder for him to carry that around, and he blows out a little bit prematurely because he's just so big. I think that was an issue for him. I really do.
Carl, let me ask you, right? I don't understand how a heavyweight boxer could not get into shape for a big fight, right? And it clearly isn't. And by that, I don't mean looking like Stallone in Rocky 3.
No, or AJ.
Or AJ, because that's a little bit...
Yeah.
But I don't understand why if they're in the gym 4 or 5 hours a day and they're getting up running, they're eating really well, and they've got a dietitian, nutritionist, etc., why they aren't in peak physical condition, which he clearly wasn't going into that fight and hasn't really been for the majority of his career. Why is that?
I had a conversation with someone today about that. I don't make it make sense to me. What do they have to be eating? If they're Fury trains hard. I know he spars a lot, but what is he eating? You know what I mean? Like, how many calories is he putting in? Look, people are different. Some people are body beautiful and they get into shape and ripped up pretty easy, and some people have athletic physiques, whatever. But if you're training hard twice a day, lifting weights and running and sparring and everything else, I don't know. I don't know how you can look like that.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. You need to get a bit ripped up. But Carl, for Fury going forward now, I mean, it almost felt like he did everything he could to try and change everything up. He didn't speak to his family. He tried to put everything in for this rematch to try and get the result, and it didn't happen. What do you see now for him next? Is it just about AJ next, or what do you think he should do?
I would like to see the AJ fight. I would have liked to seen it a lot more 5 or 6 years ago, but it's still an appealing fight, and it's a fight that sells out Wembley. Both guys are probably, you would have to say, past their best in terms of their recent performances. But I think that's the fight. Look, once the dust settles and they get Christmas over, I imagine they'll be trying to make that fight straight away.
Who wins that, in your opinion, Carl?
I still think Fury, but if you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have said that with a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
It's tough, isn't it? When this sounds horrible. When two losers meet, you don't want to lose that fight, right?
No, you're right. But it's I get it completely. But it's still a massive fight. It shows you the state of boxing at the minute. It's amazing, really, is that all these fights can be made. And we're getting. It's mad. Yeah, Fury and AJ, like they're two losers going to fight each other, but it's a massive fight.
Yeah. We saw Darren Dubois step into the ring and he was saying, I want to have a fight, but of course he's got to get past Joseph Parker first, which I expect him to do, if I'm honest. If he does, and we actually do see Usyk against Darren Dubois, how do you see that one going? Long way off, I know, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would still favour Usyk in the fight. Daniel Dubois, I think, has improved a lot under Don Charles. I think he's a right coach for him, and a good heavyweight coach. There's some guys that are good coaches for the lighter guys who can move around and a little bit more agile, but Don Charles is kind of very, very good to coach heavyweight. But I just fancy Usyk, even though Dubois has improved. I think Usyk just finds a way. But I was a bit disappointed with Daniel Dubois actually on the night. It was a little bit disrespectful when they get into the ring when Fury hadn't even left the ring yet. Usyk was giving a bit of a speech. He has a fight against Joseph Parker, which isn't a gimme. It's a difficult fight, and he's in there trying to make a fight with Usyk.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit disrespectful to Joseph Parker, because he's put in a couple of good performances. But someone whose performance on the evening who wasn't good, Johnny Fisher. Now we know he got the decision, but I thought Dave Allen won. How did you see that fight going?
No, I thought Dave Allen won, and it wasn't. That was the easiest fight in the world to score. The first 4 rounds were to Johnny Fisher. The next 5 were to Dave Allen, definitely. And the last one was the only contentious round where some people give it to Dave Allen and some people give it to Johnny Fisher. Now, if you give the last round to Johnny Fisher, that's 5 rounds each. But the knockdown wins it for Dave Allen. He's won by a point. So I've absolutely I cannot believe that they got that wrong. I also think, I thought Bob Williams, the referee, was very poor on the night. He gave Johnny Fisher every opportunity that he could. Dave Allen was kind of complaining a few times that you're not allowed to lock your arm out straight and kind of create distance. You can't do that. And Fisher was doing it and getting away with it. And
sorry, what can't you do? I didn't know that.
Carl, was it like where you almost like line them up by just holding them off at like a straight arm so you can throw the right hand?
When the hand's locked out, so locked out at the elbow, I'm doing it here as if you're looking at me, but obviously you're not.
Go on, do it. Do it. Oh, yeah.
It's just when you're not allowed to have your arm locked straight out to kind of as a rangefinder.
Okay, I didn't know you can do that. Let me ask you, you've been in the industry for a long, long time. How can you possibly get a result like that wrong? What's happened?
I could get myself into trouble here, couldn't I? If I be honest, but I don't know. I really don't think. I don't think judges are that incompetent that they can't score a fight. It was so easy to score. So easy to score.
I'll tell you what. Don't say it now because you get in trouble. Just voice it at me.
Right. Okay.
All right. I won't play it out, obviously.
All right.
Carl, listen. Thank you for coming on. I see where you're going with it. I understand what you're alluding to. Thank you for coming on, Carl.
Okay, mate. Thank you, and have a good Christmas. Do you know what, boys? I'm raging. We couldn't get the Zoom or something going.
Don't worry about it.
I've got a new office, and I want to show it off.
Oh, no.
Didn't do it.
What's in the office? What, is it all done out with all your trophies and belts and all
No, not that. It's a bit of Don Corleone about it. It's just nice office. And I don't do anything in it apart from the odd Zoom.
I hope a couple of the belts are in there though.
No, I've got them in the living room. They're in a different room.
How many belts do you get? Just one?
Oh,
Yeah, one for each title.
Is that all you get? It's not like every time you defend it, they give you another belt.
Oh no, you just keep the same one. Yeah.
That's annoying, isn't it? So if you're world champion for like 15 years, you just got one belt to show for it.
Well, if you're defending that one title for 15 years, then yeah, you'd have.
Yeah,
one
you
belt.
might be IBF, WBC.
I know, but it's nice to have. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
I've no idea yet.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'll do on New Year's Eve? And I'll be honest,
Go on.
I'll sit in the house and watch Jules Holland's Hootenanny.
Yeah, that's nice. I do that sometimes. I quite like that. New Year's Eve is not as big for me as it was when I was a kid, if that makes it. When I was 22, 23, it was a big deal. But now I'm like, can I go to bed? I've never been to bed before midnight on New Year's Eve, but I'm sort of at that age now. I'm thinking I might just do it this year.
I've done it a few times.
Have you?
Yeah, me too.
Have you both?
Yeah, remember when I got a game the next day?
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes
of course, yeah. Okay. Carl, we wish you a Merry Christmas to you and your family and have a great New Year as well.
All right, boys. Thank you. Same to yourself, guys. Hope you have a good one.
Thank you, man.
Cheers,
and yeah, we'll speak to you in the new year.
All the best, boys.
Cheers, Carl.
See you. Bye.
There you go. The superstar is Carl Frampton.
Legend, isn't he?
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.